Contrary to the popular belief that life-altering changes require grand gestures or dramatic shifts, it's often the subtle adjustments to our daily habits that lead to significant transformations. We have a tendency to overvalue monumental actions and undervalue the impact of small, consistent improvements over time. The essence of real transformation lies in the cumulative effect of numerous minor decisions or habits. These seemingly insignificant acts gradually shape our lifestyles, behaviors, and identities. In our discussion today, we delve into Atomic Habits by James Clear, a book that focuses on how to cultivate beneficial habits and eliminate detrimental ones. Clear's book, backed by insights from sports, business, education, psychology, and neuroscience, illustrates the profound effects of minor habits and incremental changes. These small shifts can eventually lead to life-changing results, guiding us towards a healthier, happier, and more productive existence. We'll explore 4 crucial insights from Atomic Habits, each shedding light on the transformative power of small habitual changes. Understanding the significance of 1% improvements. The concept of a 1% improvement holds substantial power due to the principle of compounding. Compounding, as we've seen, has a remarkable impact, whether it's positive or negative, especially when given time to evolve. Consider this: improving by just 1% daily for a year can lead to a 37-fold improvement. Conversely, getting 1% worse each day leads us close to zero. This idea is central in James Clear's book, where he likens habits to the compound interest of self-improvement. The effects of habits might not be obvious daily, but over months and years they become profoundly significant. We often overlook these small changes because their results take time to manifest, something many of us find challenging in an era fixated on instant gratification. Compounding also plays a role in the gradual formation of bad habits, such as poor diet and lack of exercise. These small daily errors accumulate into significant issues over time. Clear notes that time amplifies the gap between success and failure, acting as a multiplier for our actions. Good habits make time an ally, while bad habits turn it into an adversary. Another critical concept from Clear's analysis is the plateau of latent potential. This idea suggests that habits often appear ineffective until a critical threshold is crossed. We anticipate linear progress, but compounding processes are inherently delayed, leading to an initial period of disappointment. This can result in giving up prematurely, not realizing that consistent effort over time is what builds the momentum needed for significant change. Rethinking goals, the primacy of systems. The second key insight we're discussing today challenges conventional wisdom by advocating for a focus on systems over goals. James Clear outlines 4 critical issues with goal setting. 1. Common goals among competitors. The reality is, both winners and losers often share the same goals. Consider how every Olympian aims for a gold medal or every job applicant desires the same position. This similarity in goals suggests that it's not the goal itself that sets individuals apart. 2. Temporary nature of achieving goals. Attaining a goal often brings only a transient change. For instance, cleaning a room might address the immediate mess, but without altering the habits that led to the disorder, the room will soon return to its previous state. Similarly, achieving a goal changes our life momentarily, but to create lasting change, we need to modify the underlying systems that produce these outcomes. 3. Goals and deferred happiness. Goals often carry an implicit message. Happiness awaits at the achievement of these goals. This mindset can lead to a perpetual postponement of happiness, always waiting for the next milestone. 4. Goals versus sustained progress. Goals are about winning a specific game, but systems are about continuing to play. For example, in managing this YouTube channel, I focus not on specific subscriber targets, but on the joy and sustainability of the video making process itself. It's not about winning YouTube, but about enjoying and continuing the journey. This perspective aligns with the idea that in sports, while the objective is to have the best score, fixating on the scoreboard isn't helpful. Focusing on improving the process or strategy is more likely to yield a winning score. As Bill Walsh, the Super Bowl winning coach of the San Francisco 49ers, famously said, "The score takes care of itself." With this understanding of the importance of systems, we move to the third key point from the book, the concept of identity change as the guiding principle, the central role of identity in habit formation. Our third key insight delves into the concept of identity as the cornerstone of habit change. James Clear presents the idea that effective habit change isn't just about achieving specific outcomes, but involves a deeper transformation at the identity level. The hierarchy Clear outlines begins with outcomes, which focus on changing results. Then comes processes related to our habits and systems, and at the core is our identity, linked to our beliefs. Commonly, people work from outcome to identity, but Clear argues for the reverse approach. He emphasizes that the highest form of intrinsic motivation occurs when a habit becomes a part of our identity. When we address problems by focusing only on outcomes, we tend to find temporary solutions. For lasting solutions, particularly at the systemic level, a shift in our identity is necessary. This concept struck a chord with me when I first encountered it in Clear's book. My personal challenges with healthy eating and gym attendance were initially framed in an outcome-focused mindset, like losing belly fat through a specific diet to become healthy. However, after embracing an identity-first approach, my perspective shifted. I began to see myself as a healthy person, naturally leading to choices like eating wholesome foods and exercising regularly with the hope of achieving a physique akin to Zac Efron. Now, moving to our fourth point, we understand the importance of building effective habits, valuing small improvements over time and prioritizing systems over goals. But the question remains, how do we actually establish these habits? Thankfully, Clear offers a framework for this, breaking down habit formation into 4 stages: cue, craving, response, and reward. These stages collectively form the 4 laws of behavior change, as identified by Clear. The cue initiates the action, the craving provides motivation, the response is the actual habit performed, and the reward is the outcome that reinforces the habit. Exploring the 4 fundamental laws of behavior change. As we conclude our discussion, we focus on what James Clear defines as the 4 fundamental laws of behavior change. These laws offer practical strategies for effectively forming new habits. 1. Make it obvious. This law is about making our cues visible and integrating them into our environment. Consider a real-life example. Imagine you've been taking finasteride for hair loss and recently started needing vitamin D tablets as well. At first, you might struggle to remember to take the vitamin D, especially if it's stored away from the finasteride. However, if you simply move the vitamin D next to the finasteride, this small change can make the habit of taking both tablets much easier for you. This demonstrates the power of environment design, minimizing the steps to good behaviors and increasing the steps to bad ones. 2. Make it attractive. This law taps into the craving part of the habit loop. Humans are motivated by the anticipation of a reward, so making a habit appealing increases the likelihood of sticking to it. For instance, I combine gym visits with listening to fantasy audiobooks, making the overall experience more enjoyable. 3. Make it easy. The goal here is to lower the barriers to the habits we want to cultivate. Reducing friction and priming our environment for desired habits is crucial. A favorite saying of mine, though I'm unsure of its origin, is that friction is the most powerful force in the universe. This emphasizes the importance of making desired habits as effortless as possible. By understanding and applying these laws, we can create a conducive environment for habit formation, making our desired behaviors more obvious, attractive, and easy to adopt. This approach not only simplifies the process of habit formation, but also ensures a higher likelihood of long-term success. Friction is the most powerful force in the universe. You've likely observed this in various aspects of your life. Any effort you make to reduce friction and make positive actions easier can yield significant benefits over time. For example, keeping a piano or a guitar close to your desk means that when you're procrastinating or not in the mood to work or film a video, you're more likely to play music. Lowering the friction increases the likelihood of engaging in these activities. The fourth law of behavior change is to make it immediately satisfying. Our brains are wired to value immediate rewards over delayed ones. The fundamental rule is, behaviors that are immediately rewarded are repeated, and those that are immediately punished are avoided. We often get short-term dopamine boosts from actions like visiting a fast food drive-thru or mindlessly scrolling through social media, reinforcing these habits. To develop better habits, as James suggests, try to incorporate some form of immediate gratification. For instance, after working out at the gym, you might enjoy a swim or a relaxing time in a spa with a book. Although it might sound privileged, the pleasure associated with these activities makes the habit of going to the gym more immediately satisfying, thus more likely to be repeated. By applying these laws and their opposites, you can influence your habits effectively. Aim to make your good habits obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying, while making bad habits less visible, unappealing, difficult, and unsatisfying. Often, we don't reflect on our habits or plan for long-term change when starting new regimes like gym routines. The strength of atomic habits lies in its focus on systems over goals, identity over outcomes, and small, consistent habits over radical changes. Remember, there's no set time for habit formation. They're not a finish line to cross, but a lifestyle to embrace. Small habits might seem minor individually, but collectively, and given time, they have the power to effect remarkable changes in our lives. Thank you for watching.